Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. This is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we are glad in it. If you're coming on, joining us live, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know that your boy, Ramon Preston, my squad, we are all live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today is Wednesday, W-I-N-S, Wednesday, March the 5th, 2025, and we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be talking to you about a 5-step process for HoldCo deal making. 5-step process for HoldCo deal making. This is the second week that I've been talking about a lot of ins and outs regarding you becoming a HoldCo deal maker. And I can't stress it enough, and I'm gonna keep stressing it because I wanna make sure that you get the memo. Where we are as entrepreneurs in the marketplace today, even those of you who are in the workforce as W-2 employees, where we are economically, it requires a lot of creativity, it requires a lot of collaboration, and it really requires another level of commitment if you want to succeed. And one of the reasons why I've taken the last couple weeks to talk more about becoming a HoldCo deal maker is because I want to start changing your mind about how you look at money, how you look at economics, how you look at business, how you look at your career. And if you start looking at money, business, economics, and your career from the lens of a HoldCo deal maker, most likely you're going to find new creative ways to collaborate with the right people, and you're going to make a different commitment to getting where you want to go. So with that being said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I'm Ramon Preston, your host, every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. I come here live in the middle of my day while my squad and I are in here working, doing what we need to do to build a financial secure future for ourselves. I come here on this live every day, 12 o'clock noon, to share some information with you about business, about money, about life, about relationships, about spirituality. I talk about all kinds of stuff. And I'm always looking for individuals, hopefully like you, who want to level up, who want to go to another level in your finances, who want to learn more about business, about economics, who want to figure out new and creative ways to grow as a small business entrepreneur, or maybe invest and build wealth as an individual. Whatever the case is, we share information on this show that I believe can help you accomplish your income dreams, your wealth building dreams, and even your entrepreneurial dreams. And so today, I want to talk about a 5-step process for HoldCo deal making. If you haven't watched my show within the last 2 weeks since we've been having this discussion, then it's very important for you to take some time and maybe go back and rewatch the last 2 weeks of videos from our live show, because I've been sharing information about how to become a HoldCo deal maker. HoldCo is just short for holding company. All right. I'm a big proponent of holding companies. I believe that if you're going to get into business, if you're going to be a business entrepreneur, if you have a product or service that you want to sell and offer in the marketplace, I'm a big proponent of you starting a holding company and then using that holding company to leverage the things that you want to sell as products and services under your holding company. Most of the major corporations that you are familiar with today they are either holding companies or they're under holding companies. So it's not something new to major corporations. It's something new to the small business entrepreneur, because most small business entrepreneurs, we come from a place to where we don't have that kind of information. We don't know about holding companies. We don't know about creative tax strategies. We don't know about wealth building, and we don't know how to use entity structures to do all of those things. And so these are the concepts and principles that I talk a whole lot about on my show. And for the last 2 weeks, teaching you some of the most important things about HoldCo deal making has been my priority. So HoldCo is short for holding company. Deal making is just that. And there are creative ways that you could take a holding company or the concept of having multiple entities, and you can pair it to deal making. And these are the creative ways that can get you much further, much quicker. I'm seeing it in my own business enterprise. I'm seeing it with the clients that I work with, whether they are investors and partners in our private equity firm, or even if they're just mentees in my coaching program. We're seeing it across the board. This information that I've been teaching for the last 2 weeks has been a tremendous help and benefit to a lot of people, which, by the way, if you're interested in joining our 6-week HoldCo Dealmakers training, there is a link in the description. There are a few numbers you can see in the description that you can always, if you would like to, you can always click the link or call the number, and my team and I will be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Which, by the way, before I get into these 5 steps, this 5-step process for HoldCo deal making, don't forget to put in the comments what city and state you're watching me from. I see we have someone from Cincinnati, Ohio watching. Good afternoon to you. Appreciate you for joining us on today's show. So if you're watching live on this beautiful Wednesday, March the 5th, please put in the comments what city, what state you're watching your boy from. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about this 5-step process for HoldCo deal making. Now, this 5-step process is really 5 characteristics that make up a HoldCo deal maker, but each characteristic is really a step that you should be taking in order to do a deal. So I wanted to break these characteristics up in a way so that you can look at them as a 5-step process. So if you want to put a deal together as a HoldCo deal maker, this 5-step process begins with, number 1, finding an opportunity. Now that may sound simple to some of you, but it's not as simple as you may think. Because if it was simple to find an opportunity, you would have already found the opportunity. So it's not as simple as you think it is to find an opportunity. This is the first step in that process for HoldCo deal making. Finding an opportunity, all right? The question is, if finding an opportunity is step 1 of my process as a HoldCo deal maker, how do I find an opportunity? Well, you have to have some type of idea of what kind of deal you want to do. Okay, in marketing, we might call this a perfect client profile, a PCP, right? In real estate, we call it a buy box. So if you're a marketer, you're looking at, okay, what type of person, what is the avatar of the type of person I want to do business with? Who is my perfect customer or my perfect client? In real estate, you're going to look at properties that way as a buy box. Like, what kind of property do I want to buy? Do I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? Do I want a storage unit? Do I want a mobile home park? Do I want RV parks? Do I want multifamily? So finding an opportunity, which is the first step in this process for HoldCo deal making, is about identifying with the types of deals that you want to be a part of. Because your opportunity may be different than someone else's opportunity. So you can't just generalize your opportunity search and say, I just want something to come my way. Well, most of the time when you want something to come your way, nothing comes your way. So you have to be able to dial in on what type of deal do you want to make and what type of people you want to do deals with. There may be certain people you don't want to do deals with. We used to say all money ain't good money. Well, the first step is finding an opportunity, okay? And I would say one important aspect of finding an opportunity is making sure that your opportunity can make you money. Like if an entrepreneur who's listening to me right now, if you got a business and you sell a product and service, if you just become better at finding opportunities, here's one thing you might learn. You might learn that whatever the business that you're in now may not be the business you should be in. Because if you're in a business and that business is not generating revenue, then that's really not an opportunity for you, because finding an opportunity is about dialing in on what type of deal do I want to do? Who do I want to do this deal with? How does a perfect deal look for me? And does this deal make me money? Point blank, period. If the deal has potential to make me money, I might not do the deal. Most likely, I'm not going to be looking at deals that have the potential to make money, but they're not going to make me no money. I need to make money, okay? Whether it's today money, tomorrow money, or a little bit of both. Okay? So step one in this process for HoldCo deal making is finding an opportunity. And remember, these are characteristics of HoldCo deal makers. Because a true HoldCo deal maker is someone who knows how to find an opportunity. But this is really the first step in you putting a deal together. Learning how to find opportunities because you know what type of deal you want to do. Is it a business deal? Is it a partnership deal? Is it a equity ownership deal? Is it just a revenue share deal? Is it just a deal that you ain't even buying nothing? You just connecting the right people and you getting a little drip because you are the connector. So you got to determine what kind of deal you want based on your risk tolerance, based on your profile, your personality, based on the type of people you want to do business with. Like I'm the kind of person, even as a coach and as a consultant, I don't want to work with everybody. I don't want to work with people who are weak-minded, who complain all the time, who don't want to work, who got excuses for everything. I don't want to do business with those types of people, okay? So a lot of times I am curving people who show me that this is the type of person they are or people they are, because I'm looking for the person or the people who show me the characteristics and the profile of who I want to do business with. And it helps me dial in on that. So hopefully you're understanding how deep finding an opportunity really is, okay? So that's step one of the 5 steps, okay? Step 2 is about creating a win-win situation. Step 2 is about creating a win-win situation. So for example, once I find an opportunity, so that means I find somebody, a business owner, an entrepreneur, or somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur or potential investor. Once I find somebody that checks all the boxes, you're the kind of person I want to do business with, you talking that talk, you got the right mindset, You seem like you're an amazing person. You're optimistic. You're open. You might have a business already. You might have money to invest in a deal. Like if you check all the boxes and I find the opportunity when I'm talking to you, right? Well, then my next step is I want to create a win-win situation. So you have to start looking at opportunities as ways to put the people involved in the opportunity in a win-win situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can't always put deals together that you winning, but you ain't thinking about how the other person gonna win. That's not a win-win situation. A win-win situation means win-win. That means two people gotta win here, at least. You gotta win and somebody else gotta win. And that's very important because I know a lot of people who do deals with other people and they not even winning. I'm not gonna do deals with people and they winning and I ain't winning, because that's not a win-win situation. And I'm not gonna do a deal with people who allow me to win and then they don't win. No, you gonna win. It's kind of like I do deals with people sometimes and they provide a certain service and I provide a certain service and we're putting a deal together. Well, I will be the first one to tell them, if you're getting paid, if you have a service that you provide, even though we're doing a deal together, I still want you to get paid for the service you provide, because guess what? I'm gonna get paid for the service I provide. So whether it's a real estate deal or a business transaction, when I come to the table as a deal maker, I am going to walk away from that table making some kind of money, because I'm not going to keep coming to a table doing deals with nobody and I'm not leaving the table with money. It's just not going to happen. After a while, I'm going to get sick of this. Can we all agree on that? You know we are. So you always want to create a win-win situation when you find the opportunity, okay? The third step is about making the money. And this is going to be an exercise that I'm doing next week for all of my mentees in my coaching program, because we're all in the middle of this HoldCo Dealmakers Playbook training. So if you want to join us for this 6-week training that we're doing, you still got time to get in. And this upcoming week, we're going to be doing an exercise on this same 5-step process, because I want to show my clients, how do you find an opportunity to make money? How do you create a win-win situation that allows you to make money and that allows whoever you're doing the deal with to make money? But then this is where the rubber meets the road. I wish I had more time to go deeper on it. But step 3 in this process for HoldCo deal making is making the money. Making the money. This is a very important step that a lot of people miss. And again, you really got to listen to me deeper to get what I'm saying. Don't just listen to me on the surface and don't catch the revelation behind what I'm saying. So let me explain what I mean when I say step 3 in this process is about making the money. It means I want to receive the check from my part of the deal. I want to see the deposit in my bank account. I want you to Venmo me, Cash App me, Zelle me. I want the money to go from your hand to my hand. Why? Because making the actual money is what completes the transaction, and making the actual money is what proves your value to the other person. So I'm not one of those people where I want to do a deal with you, but there's never an exchange of money. I don't want to just exchange ideas with you. Why? Why do I want to just exchange ideas with you? I'm never really able to validate and prove my value to you. I'm never really able to complete the the exchange and to complete the process if I don't make the actual money, if I don't get the money, or if you don't get the money. That's why I said earlier, one of the ways that I create win-win situations for people is if I want to do a deal with somebody, a lot of times I will lead by showing them where they're going to win at. And this is a mistake a lot of entrepreneurs make. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is a big mistake a lot of people make in life. Seriously. Like I had somebody that pretty much tried to give me a proposition a couple weeks ago, right? It was random person, so I know they're not watching it, so I ain't really throwing shade on them. But in their proposition, they were leading with what they needed from me. They led with what their problem was and why they needed me to help them with their problem. That's not how you put me in a win-win situation, bruh, sis, whoever you are. Now, if they would have come to me and said, here is what I'm thinking I could provide as value to you, and here is what I think or believe or know this could do for what you got going on right now. I see your work, I see your business, I see what you're doing. Here's what I can do to add value. Here is how much I think I can generate in terms of money and activity or whatever it is. And I want to offer this to you. Is it something you could use? If they would have led with that, guess what that would have done? That would have made me be like, wait a minute now, hold up. That sounds okay. Or here's another way, which a lot of people don't do. They could have just bought something from me and automatically got my attention. That's what I like to do. I like to do that. So I was able to have a conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago who I think is an extraordinary person. And I've done this so many times. It's like one of my secret sauces. But the reason why I was able to have this conversation, this sit down with this person, was because I paid them money for something that they were offering, and I pushed the issue to pay them. It was like post-payment. I paid for it, and then I reached out to them and was like, yeah, I bought this and bought that and bought this, and they was like, oh wow, let's hook up. Duh. Yeah, let's hook up. Because I'm a buyer. I'm spending money with you. But again, a lot of people don't do that because they don't understand that making the money, whether it's on the selling end or the buying end, they don't understand the power of that exchange from one person to another person. They don't understand how powerful of an exchange that is, whether you are the buyer or whether you are the seller. So I don't even listen to people. I'm not even paying attention to people who just running their mouth about all these great things we could do, but you ain't never did that. You ain't never bought nothing and you ain't selling nothing to me. I mean, come on. It ain't really validated as it would be when that happens, okay? So I hope y'all understand that. I ain't going no deeper than that. You just gonna have to get inside of this training program to get the rest. But let me give you the rest of these steps. Step number 4 is about repurposing the money. And this is even harder. Like each one of these steps gets even harder. So I want you to look at, I'm here, I'm at step 4. So we're talking about, if you're just coming on, this 5-step process for HoldCo deal making. So becoming a HoldCo deal maker. It's about finding an opportunity. And what type of opportunity are we trying to find? An opportunity to make money, an opportunity to make an exchange, an opportunity to bring value to other people and for other people to bring value to us. Number 2, it's about creating a win-win situation. So I want to make sure that I win by making money and somebody else wins by making money. There has to be money made in order for that deal to be a real opportunity, okay? Number 3, we got to make the actual money. We need the exchange. I need that payment process. whether you're buying a product from me or whether I'm buying a product from you or whether we're doing a deal together with someone else, we need to see money exchange, period. We need to see money exchange, period. I don't care what you think about what I'm saying. This is the most important part of the transaction because all that other stuff means nothing if we don't do that. And then once we make the money, now step 4 in this process is about repurposing the money. So all of the things that I'm talking about at these deeper levels are things that we're going to be talking about in our upcoming HoldCo Dealmakers Mastermind. So if you're inside of our program for this 6-week training, you have already gotten a free ticket to our upcoming mastermind. And during that mastermind, we're going to break down what this actually looks like from a financial engineering point of view, from an underwriting point of view. We're gonna dig deeper into that because once you make money, you gotta learn how to repurpose the money you make before you spend the money you make. So we don't want to just keep making money and then spend the money we make. We gotta become masters at making money and then repurposing the money we make, which brings me to the 5th step. And the 5th step is about engineering an ecosystem of what people call compound interest. And again, this is like some next level talking that we're doing right now, but it's some of the most powerful strategies you can use because when you learn to find opportunities as a deal maker, because you know what type of people you want to do deals with, you know what area you want to do deals in, you have done your homework, so you're dialed in and focused on where you know deals can be found at, right? Then you create win-win situations. That means you just start building relationships, you start talking to people, you start finding out how you can bring value to them, what you could do to help them, how you can make money for them, how you can connect them to the right people, and where the money is in all those activities. And you also want to make sure that you can make money when you're doing these things too. That would be step 2. Step 3 is making the actual money. So it ain't one of those things where you finna do something or y'all in transition or y'all in the process or y'all working on it. No, we need to complete a transaction. We need to complete a transaction. You could tell me till your tongue turn purple that you love what I do. You enjoy my content and you look forward to working with me. All that stuff sounds good until you actually pay for something you just talking. And it's the same thing with me. If I keep telling you, oh, I love your food, I love your pictures on Instagram, and oh my God, I love how you promote yourself and blah, 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 but I ain't never buying nothing. I ain't never sending you a receipt. You understand what I'm saying? Like I was on the phone, me and my first granddaughter, we were FaceTiming the other night. It was so funny because she's 8 years old, my granddaughter. She's 8 years old. This is my first granddaughter. I got 5 grandkids, but this is number 1. Papa baby number 1. I got so many grandbabies now they're number 1, 2. They're numbers now. Papa baby number 1. Okay, so she texts me the other night, Papa, can you buy me 2 toys? So of course I text her back, absolutely, which ones? So we FaceTime each other. While we're FaceTiming, she knows how to share the screen. She's on Amazon. She's screenshotting it. She's sending me the screenshot of the 2 exact ones she want. And while she's screenshotting me, she's coaching me to go on Amazon from my phone to buy them while we're on the phone. Why? Because Taylin, her name is Taylin. Taylin wants to make sure Papa makes the transaction. She wants to make sure Papa makes that transaction because she wants the assurance. She wants the receipts to know the product is coming. So she's reminding me of her address, where to send it, put in the notes, that it needs to come to the door, blah, blah, blah. She's used to this because this is what she do every 2 weeks, okay? So anyway, once I make the purchase, guess what she wants? She wants the receipt. She wants to see, oh, it's coming. So I send it to her and she's like, bada bing, bada boom. We made the transaction. Shout out to Papa Baby number 1. I had to give her a shout out because she's learning the game early on and using me as a guinea pig. So number 4 is repurposing the money. That's the part we all got to get better at. We all got to get better at making the money and then putting that money in vehicles that can make money before we spend it. That's the hardest thing for all of us to do, but we got to get better at doing it. And then once we start doing these 2 things more and more because of these first 2 things that we did a lot more, then we become the engineers of compound interest. You got to create your own compound interest. And what I'm talking about right now is next level. I'm going to stop because we have already hit the 12:30 mark. I try my best Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon for at least 30 minutes to come on here and to educate you on stuff that I already know. It's going to be hard for you to find on social media. It might be even hard for you to find if you buy courses from people who are in the coaching or in the educational space, but I'm doing my part to make sure that I expose you to a different way of thinking, to a different way of doing business, to a different way of utilizing your money and your assets. And being a HoldCo deal maker is one of those creative ways. So with that being said, before we go, in the description, there's a link to our HoldCo Dealmakers bundle. It's a bundle. It's a 6-week training course inside of that bundle. You also get a one-on-one strategy call inside of that bundle. You also get a free VIP ticket to our upcoming mastermind where we will go deeper into some of these more sophisticated concepts and financial practices. And of course, there's a workbook for our HoldCo Dealmakers workshop, and all 4 sessions of our workshop are already inside of that bundle. So this bundle is available. You can join me and a group of investors and business partners and coaching clients right now because we're still in this 6-week training all the way up until March the 31st. And I would love for you to be a part of this 6-week training, especially if you believe having a holding company and using that holding company to do deals is one of the most creative ways that you can do business in today's marketplace. So there's a number inside of the description. If you need to call me and my team, we're here, we're available. We want to answer any questions you have because we want to help you not just become a HoldCo deal maker. We want to help you not just make money, but we want to help you repurpose that money and then engineer an ecosystem of compound interest so that you can start generating wealth and building a legacy of wealth for you and for your family. So I love y'all. I appreciate you all for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday, March the 5th. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time, 12 o'clock noon, right here on the Ramon